gentlemen, today we're making history. This flight 757 is a maiden flight out of JFK Airport, flying into Argyle International Airport.
Dedication and desperation, nationals made their contributions, eliminating our frustration. From our neighboring islands, their taxes so high, we want to cry. Cuba, Taiwan and Venezuela, Mexico, Trinidad and Tobago, embracing our commitment, witnessing our achievement. They are lifesavers when we need good neighbors. Argyle International Airport, we flying. Argyle International Airport, we landing. Argyle International Airport, we progressing. Say faithful and the Grenadines,
here we are.
It's a blessing.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night to you, wherever you are at this moment. Looking at this weekend update of the work being done here at the Argyle International Airport. Today,
a visionary with an illustrious plan,
17th day of October,
because put a blessing on this man,
and I am here with
building
you
on
at
no
the
money in
Argyle
hand.
International Airport site.
Be that an engineer to this land, like no one building is hard. When the people laugh, Vincent home and abroad, supporting with one accord. The youths of a new ideology, how to advance this country. They want to fly like eagles in the sky.
2 weeks ago I came
Argyle International Airport, we flying. Argyle International Airport, we landing. Argyle International Airport, we progressing. Say faithful and the Grenadines, it's a blessing.
I told about that, and today you would have seen there what has been taking place here. Right currently there is one caterpillar on the hill doing some earthwork, and on the flat down here we have
a portrait of refugee,
where the caterpillars
sacrifice from you and me.
We have below
whatever future brings,
on the bottom
we are now seeing it through. May peace reign on our beautiful shores. Thanks to all those engineers, Cubans and busy workers. They move mountains, diverted rivers, toiling the sun and rain, so we can lock those flames. Argyle International Airport, we flying. Argyle International Airport, we landing. Argyle International Airport, we progressing. Say faithful and the Grenadines, it's a blessing. Where there is despair, there is hope. Light a candle
as I travel from the south end of the airport site right up to the north and the side to show you and to give you a feel and an understanding.
Hello. Hi Mom, it's your daughter Andrea. We've just landed at the Argyle International Airport.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Argyle International Airport.
JetBlue is landing. Delta is landing. British Airways landing. American Airlines landing.
Coming up on the hillside to join the other caterpillar that is up here to continue the works here on this Dimokoni Yami Hill. And there you have it, on top of the hill. So you are not here, but you have a chance of witnessing the work firsthand here at the Argyle International Airport. So even though you are absent, you can in some way identify with what has been taking place here at the airport side. For me to get to this point where I'm at right now on the flat, looking at the work that is taking place here with the caterpillars, you see this small bank side you are looking at here? It is from here, it is across here. I have to come down, step down from up there, the top, to get to the bottom here where I'm at. So I'm leaving now, and I'm going to take the same route I came and show you that I am going up to get back on the bank side up here. Right, I am up right now, and all this bank side, you see, you once could have gone up at the top, way up there where that green tree is. All the way up there we used to be once taking in the action of the work going on here at the site. But you would have seen over the past months since the year started the amount of work that has been done here at this site to bring this bank side down to this level. And this is the road I'm going to pass now to get back to the flat. All here, sometimes the caterpillar come from the southern end and come through here. But as you see this morning, the route that they have taken to get up on this bank side to start to do the work that they're doing here on the, and all this bank side you're seeing here has been taken down over the past months, as you would have seen in the weekly coverage that I would have done here. Bit by bit, week by week, I show you the extent of the work that has been done here at the airport side. So you will have a greater understanding and appreciation for what is being done here and the effort being put in by these workers here at the airport site to get this massive project into operational state, as it is predicted by the end of this year. Down here, just below the bank, the road where the vehicles are coming to dump the dirt here at the Stubbs Bay end. Are you looking at the Stubbs Beach down there? I'm at the road edge, looking down at the Stubbs Beach below the bank side. There you can see the continuation of the backfilling of this area, where we have truckloads of dirt being dumped here on this side. Now as you can see, here is where I'm at, the road, and here is the bank side. Just above there we have where the runway is, that flat area up there, where I'm accustomed going and take shots of the bottom area here where they're doing the work. So there you see we have more trucks coming down with dirt as they come down to this area down here, and you're hearing the sound of the caterpillar pushing away dirt here as they fill up a new area. And you see where they're passing, they just dump dirt here and spread out, making a new roadway for them to get to that particular area. All in this space there where the gentleman is down there once was a flat area, and all here has been going to be filled up now with dirt as they dump their dirt here on the side, filling up this area in different segments as the work continues. If you recall, sometime I think it was last week or the week before, we had the surveyors working in this area, and some of the areas where they have stakes, we have dirt being dumped all in that area and leveled off, compacted and set as they continue the works down here at the Stubbs Bay end, backfilling this area down here at the seaside. As you can see, today is a very bright day. Out there in the distance you can see the beautiful island of Bequia And I can see Mustique over there in the distance also, and Ballyso and Battery. Nice beautiful sunshine today. Wonderful day for this sort of work that I'm doing. And a lovely day for works to be done here at the airport side. I am still here at the bottom, now giving you a look of the bank side, what it looks like from down here on the flat area where they are doing the backfilling. Now most of the times you get a shot from above the bank side looking down at the work that is taking place down here, and you never got one of what the bank side looks like from down here looking back to the bank. Now this is what we have here. The trucks have offloaded their loads and they are making their way back to the area where they collect the dirt for a refilling of dirt to return back down here as they continue with the work. Now down here on the flat you see a number of stakes. These stakes were placed there about 2 Saturdays ago, as you would have seen in a video I show you, where there was the surveyor on the top of the bank side up there on the foothill, and the other set of workers down here marking the spot where these stakes are supposed to be placed. And now we have the stakes. I do not understand the positioning of these stakes and what they indicate, but just giving you a look-see as to what has taken place down here from what we have seen over the past week. Many people are still questioning the fact as to where the road on the southern end of the runway is going to pass to link you back up to Argyle. Some are saying that it's going to pass down here where they're doing the backfilling and go around. But here we're seeing that big rock there, and all in that area. To get around the rock, all of there is sea area. And if the road is to be passed, as some people are thinking, then there has got to be a lot of backfilling here in this area, which is quite difficult and it's going to take a lot of time. Now, we don't know exactly yet where the road is going to pass, but we just have to wait and see what develops here. And the technical people who are doing the work know exactly where this road is going to pass. So all we have to do is to continue to observe the work and wait until that time comes when they start to do the work on that segment of the project here. Then we will better understand. This red truck you're seeing here, this is the truck that the surveyors use, and if you notice closely you see them going there. Can't see exactly what they're doing, but you see one pulling a tape, and no doubt he's going to put a stake down. And I guess all of this is an indication as to where they're going to do some filling up soon. But as time progresses, we are going to see. But this is the surveyors team, 2 of the surveyors team, and doing the necessary demarcation. You look there just now where he measured, put a mark in, and no doubt a stake will be placed in that position as he continues out and marks another spot. With these stakes being placed here, my guess is that from where the stakes are placed, going back to the bank side, they're going to start filling up this area here with dirt. Already I have seen some truckloads of dirt packed there, and he's telling me something that And you see yourself? Alright. You stay. As I told you a while ago, they're going to fill up this area here. Gentleman there, Cuban, in a Spanish way, he's telling me that he see the pictures on the internet and they're looking good. He constantly look at them. They don't understand the English, but I can tell you, I am friends with about 2 of them, and you know, once you're friend with somebody and that person is friend with another person, everybody sees your work. So all of the Cuban workers here, those who are overseas, who have their family back in Cuba, they get a chance to see the work that their relatives are doing here at the site. And what you're seeing here, they're measuring where they're going to put the stakes here, and later on the trucks are going to dump dirt in this area and they're going to fill it up towards the bank side. So like you're going to have a step up now. So this is what the surveying work is all about. Here now I have a better understanding of what is taking place here. And if you notice, you're seeing some truckloads of dirt already dumped here. So this dirt that is dumped there is going to, that's like how you see the dirt build up there. The dirt is going to be built up. So now we're going to raise this area higher. To what height I don't know, but they are going to continue now to dump truckloads of dirt here and build this area up back towards the bank side here to raise the area higher. And there is where they were sloping down this area last week, and I believe I'm going to use this route here to get back onto the flat area up there. So there you have it, the work that is taking place down here on the lower end. On all this area here used to be seawater, right? And now it is now land. All the land has been reclaimed. For those of you who don't know, back in Kingston, just where the financial complex is, coming all the way back down to the Leeward bus terminal area, all that area used to be sea many years ago. And when I was a little boy growing up, I could remember seeing the barge, they're pumping a lot of sand and stones, throwing and filling up that area to what it is. So all that area in front of the police station where you have all those shops called Chinatown, that area used to be sea. I could recall going down there on Sunday just by the wharf in front of the police station and having my Sunday sea bath as we swim under the wharf there. All down the fish market used to be boundary with the sea, if you want to call it, and the fishing boat used to come up right on the shore. You could walk from the road right onto the basin down into the sea, and that is how it used to be all the way up at the cruise ship board. So this is what is happening here, similar to that. All this area was once seawater and now it is land reclaimed here by the workers here doing the work here at the Argyle International Airport site as we continue to build this airport, and the work continues week after week. I am now back up on the bank side looking at all that area where I just came up from, down there on the level where they're doing the work down there. And last week they were sloping down this area. You could have seen them doing work here, and this is what has been done. I do not know if they're going to do the full length of here just as how they do this area, but just between these two spaces here we have the sloping down of this bank side. This week we are back down here at the southeastern end of the airport site, and on my right, just above me there, is the Fort Hill. And what you're seeing now there in the screen is the continuation of the work that they have been doing here on the drainage way just a little below the stone crushing plant on the side of the Fort Hill. Now 2 weeks ago you noticed that work on the drainage system had started, and I told you that they're going to put up fencing on the outer side of the drain closer to the bank side. Now this week that we are back here, we see that they have put up the post for the fencing, and from where I'm at here, I cannot say exactly what is taking place currently, but as I get closer, I will give you an idea as to what is taking place. But for what I can see from here, the poles are up and plumb, and I am not quite sure as yet if concrete has been poured into the boxing or they are just starting to set up the posts for the pouring of concrete. But as we get up there, you're going to see better what is taking place. But I'm just giving you a look-see from this point where I'm at. I'm going to head up on the foothill, and this is where I usually pass to go up on the foothill. And whenever I pass here, I take a look at the work that is taking place up there where they're doing that drain. I'm going to bring you a little bit closer so that you can see. But when I get up there, I will show you better from a different angle the work that is taking place there just below the foothill. You noticed a while ago men were there at the fencing. There is a blue front truck up there. A blue truck actually. It is about 9:30 or 9:35 or thereabout. It is break time now here at the site. And these guys have 3 breaks. A mid-morning break, a lunch break, and a mid-afternoon break. They start working down here on the side from about 6. They have various timing when they work from 6 to 6. Some work from 6 to 6. The time varies. Some people come in at 3 o'clock and work up until 11 o'clock at night. But these guys who have been here since 6 o'clock this morning are now on a break. So you see all of them left, and they go on to the truck to collect their juice and sandwich, and now they are having a rest, having a good eat to give them that energy to go back onto the work again. Now we are here closer to where they're doing the fencing work, and now I have a better understanding as to what is taking place here. They are actually laying down the posts in preparation for the pouring of the concrete. And as you can see on the ground here right in front of us, going all the way back down to where they have those poles already laid, they are making the necessary boxing. Rather than digging holes down into the ground here for the poles, they are making a concrete space. The poles are going to fit down in those holes, in those boxing, and the concrete are going to be poured around the poles. So they are working from the end of the drain down. They're coming up to this point where they are. The drain ends up here, and by next week or by this afternoon, all be well, you might eventually see the concrete being poured into these boxing, and by next week our fencing are up. So this is what we have taken place here right now, and currently the men are on their mid-morning break. You're not seeing them here actively working, but they are here doing some work. But currently, as I told you, they are having their mid-morning break. No asphalt work has been done here since our last visit last week. A section, more than half, has been completed up to a certain length, but we have this section here, about 3 sections based on the markings that are there laid down there. We have 3 sections left to be done to complete the width of the runway, and then we also have the shoulder areas on both sides also that will become asphalted the same height as the final coating they are putting here on the runway. They are going to put the same height here on the shoulder, on this side, the eastern side, and on the western side, all the way up the length of the runway. So for this week, nothing is happening down here today in terms of asphalt pavement. The compactors are on the concrete area here, the turning head parked, but the asphalt paver is not around. I do not know what is the reason, but that way, whatever the problem is, that is being looked after, and I'm sure as soon as, if there is a problem, whatever is the cause, as soon as that is rectified, we will continue to have the asphalt paving here on the southern end of the runway. Now we are here on the eastern side of the airport site, and in that area where we had the extension of the culvert under the first kilometer, you remember where the dirt was eroded, where they had an L drain and the bank side was eroded and they had to do an extra piece of the extension. And a couple weeks ago I showed you where they were putting in, they repositioned the drain, and I told you that looked like a better way to carry this drain. Down on the eastern side, southeastern end, we have another team putting up fencing, and here, as you can see, we have also another team doing fencing work here as they put up the fencing for this area here, linking up the section that they would have already done, coming all the way down from little above the stone crushing plant. You remember that area that they did down there where you see that caterpillar is, right down to the edge down there, just above the stone crushing plant. All this section was already done up to a certain point. Well, now they are continuing the works here, and to link this one to a section that they would have already done also way back up there in the distance, as you can see here in this video. So the work continues here on the eastern side of the airport site in regards to the fencing. I have seen two sections of workers doing the fencing. I am not sure if there are any more workers anywhere on the site, but as I continue my journey upward, I will better able to tell you. And what they're doing here, actually they are fitting in the posts in position for the concrete that probably will come later on in the day. This is the point where the first set of fencing has started or ended. Now it is in this point here that this new set of fencing that they're putting up on my right down there where I just passed, here is where it's going to be linked. But it's not going to link straight up to it. You're going to have it coming in front, and then we're going to have a cross piece linking up to this one. You have seen it done in other sections or other areas. So as I come directly over the hole here, and as I move the camera up, going back down to where they're doing the works down there, you are going to see for yourself. All the holes are being dug up to this point, but they have been laying down poles up to a certain point. And when this pole, when they get to this area where I'm standing at right next to the hole, they will be coming across to the left to link it up to this pole that we have here on the fencing that has already been started. So this is what we have happening here at the eastern end, and down there in the bank side, that area over there, which you're going to see in a while from now, is where we have the exit of the drain that takes the water from the western side in the Breadfruit Gutter area and take it down to the eastern end, that is down to the Warraco Beach on the east. Now all here used to be a bank where these guys, where the fencing poles are right now. That used to be a slope down there, a very steep gully there, and the extension of the culvert was put in, and this area was filled up with dirt and compacted. Now we can have the fencing going forward here, and all where you see the dirt area underneath these dirt, we have the extension of the culvert from under the first kilometer of the runway, taking the water that comes down from that area right down to the Waroko beach that we are seeing down there in the distance. There you are having a look of the fencing so far on this area of the eastern side. From a little below where we have those houses going up on the hill to take you to Waroko, right back down to where we have the stone crushing plant. Currently we have some new fencing going up in this area. So the work here at the airport site continues daily here on the site. There has not been much or even little work has been done here yesterday, because yesterday was a fortnight, and whenever it's a fortnight it is like a day off here at the airport site. All of the guys were in Kingston looking for their salary and having a nice time. Now to give you an idea how this place is actually done, where I'm standing at here looking back towards the runway, over on the other side a vehicle was just passing there, and although I'm standing I could only see a part of the roof of the vehicle as it moves. So you can realize now that in the center is raised, and we are not seeing it with our naked eyes as we travel on the side, but in the center is raised and coming off towards the edge. It's sloped towards the end of the airport side, which means from the runway coming back to where I'm standing just below this bank of the Johnson Hill, it is sloped towards the bank side. So is it on the western side going towards the terminal, the concrete the control tower section. And over in the distance, a truck, a green top, a truck with a green on it. It is passing somewhere in that area over there, but I only seen the green part of the truck. I don't know if you can see it as it moves. I can hardly see the truck from here. That is to tell you, and that is traveling just outside of the fencing that they put out there. So that is just to tell you how the area is done. Sloping from the runway, coming off towards both sides, left and right, and the water will drain off into those areas where you have drains, and into the drains, and then down to the sea area or towards the 191 channel, wherever the drains are directed to run. But here we are talking about drains. Remember last week we were in this area of just below the Johnson Hill, and we noticed that they have dug out an area, then put some concrete. Now they are putting in the steel matting ready for the concrete works. Then they're going to start to run the blocks to continue with the drainage system along this area. Then we'll have the fencing going up outside of the drain. Now that I'm in the middle of the runway, I am in a raised position, and I can see the fencing over there just under the control tower bank. And if I turn towards the other side, I can also see just below the Johnson Hill where the guys are doing the drainage work and all the fence. I was just over there a while ago, and standing over the end under the bank over there, I was not able to see the vehicle that passed there a while ago, that I could have only seen the top part of the vehicle as it passed along this area to go and collect the dirt there where they are doing the excavation work. As I told you, the area is sloped to the left and to the right from the center of the runway. Even this runway is sloped towards left and right from the center. So when it rains, the water runs off to the left or to the right. And where I'm standing at here is the highest peak of the runway. The slope is not that visible, but with your eyes you can see it. If you have a keen eyes for these things, you can see the slope of the runway. And as I look to you towards the northern end, showing you the stretch up there, work is going on up at the north, but I haven't gotten there yet. I'm still here in the middle, in the area where we have the two banks on both sides, where we have the control tower on my left and the Johnson Hill, which is the where you have the new access road to Argyle on my right, looking back over to the terminal building there in the distance, and the work that is going on there on the bank side, where we had that house once about a year or so ago, or early up into this year. The house was on the hill about 4 months ago. Now the house has been done. And over there in the distance where we have the area where they're going to put the hangars, work is going on there. But when we get closer to those areas, you're going to see exactly what is happening. An aircraft coming in from the south and heading towards the taxiway. This is what the pilot is supposed to see. As I showed you last week, the signage here at the airport site. Now my back is turned towards the south side, facing north, and here we have the taxiway. There you have the taxiway Bravo, which is telling you where the first taxiway is located, which is the first one you will see when you're coming from the south. The closer one to the closer one to the apron area. And as you travel further up, going towards north, in the distance up there, we have Taxiway C up there in the distance as the aircraft travels further up, and that is telling you that the next taxiway up there is Taxiway C, and the taxiway that is running parallel to the apron, stretching from all the way up from the north up there where those houses are, where the apron start, come right back down to the end of the cargo apron area. That apron, that taxiway that is stretching down that distance, is referred to as Taxiway A or Taxiway Alpha. So I hope you're able to understand the difference. Three of them. One, the first one coming in from the south, that is what you're seeing, is the B. The second one up, that is on the left of the runway, that is C. And the parallel one that is further in, closer to the aprons, that is A. So there you have it, and I am showing you these from the middle of the runway strip, just close to the taxiway B, as I look in towards the terminal building from the center point of the runway. That when I say center point, I mean the middle of the width of the runway and not actually the length.
Progressing, say peaceful and the grenadines, it's a blessing. A visionary with an illustrious plan. The gods put a blessing on this man, building with no money in hand. Feed us an engineer to this land, like no building is hard when the people laugh. Vincent Chance home and abroad, supporting with on accord. The youths have a new ideology, how to advance this country. They want to fly like eagles in the sky. Argyle International Airport, we flying. Argyle International Airport, we landing. Argyle International Airport, we progressing. Say peaceful and the grenadines, it's a blessing. Portrait of SPG, sacrifice from you and me. Whatever future brings, we are now seeing it through. May peace reign on our beautiful shores. Thanks to all those engineers, Cubans and Vinci workers. They move mountains, diverted rivers, toil in the sun and rain, so we can land those planes. Argyle International Airport.
Now to facilitate the working that is taking place for the guttering for this water coming off of the apron, the airport area, and the small gutter we have here. A small trench has been dug here to channel the water through an area to get back down, to allow the workers to do the work. Behind the bankside you're seeing here, all these dirt just in here came out of the trench that they are digging right now. I cannot see the works that are going on from this vantage point because of the fact that I cannot cross over that trench they have dug there to allow the water to flow down. Normally, before that was done, I could have gone right across and peep over. But because of this trench in front of me, I cannot see it. But they have dug the trench right up to this point here where they're going to channel the water through. How they're going to do this area here, I don't know, because eventually they'll have to do some work in this area to have the water flowing properly. But that is left to be seen. But right now, for the time being, the water is flowing through a temporary channel here to get down to the side to allow the workmen to do the work that they are doing behind these dirt. What you're seeing here is a drainage way that comes from, that runs parallel to the terminal building and the apron. So it falls between the air side of the terminal building, that is the side towards the apron. This drain is running way all from the south, coming in right back out here to the north. And this will be emptying its water into that canal, or that whatever they are building here for the 191. All of this water that comes off from in front of the apron and the terminal building will run down through this drain. We also have one on the eastern side of the apron also. Now we'll take the water through towards the 191 channel. And right in front of us here on the right hand side of this drain we have another drainage way that will be taking the water coming off the main road, and all that water that will be on the land side of the terminal building, that is the side towards the land where you're going to enter the airport from when you are going away. As you can see, the trucks are busy. They are moving dirt from that area over to where they have that house where the hangars are going to be. They're taking down that bank side, so the trucks are removing the dirt from that area and carrying the dirt in another location as they continue to bring down the bank side. So here, this is the work that is taking place here on this side of the airport site, as I come to you this week to bring you an update of the work that is going on here at the Argyle International Airport site. Now I'm here at the area where they are doing the preparation work for this drain that will be taking the water that will be coming off from the airport site, and that small gutter that is running down in this area, taking it through the 191 channel. I am on the other side now, so I can show you exactly what is going on. We have stones being dumped up there where that caterpillar is, and it's compacting the area. We'll have a layer of concrete being poured there, and then we have the steel matting, as you can see here, placed down. Then we're going to have some concrete poured on these steel mattings, and then you're going to have the running of the blocks on the side, and all this area now will have a drainage for the water. The water will be channeled through here, and where the guys are walking down there, last week I told you that step down area, they're going to put a catchment there, so when the water comes down, all the sediments will be trapped there, and just the water will float over and float down through the 191 channel down there. Here is where we have the catchment for the water coming through from the top that will be running through the 191. You're going to do some concrete works here. In a while from now, we have the concrete truck reversing, as you can hear the sound of the vehicle reversing there. There is a concrete truck reversing into position where they're going to do the pouring of some concrete works here. And who we have coming here, these are the lab technicians. They're also going to test the concrete before it can be poured here in this area. As I told you before, all concrete works, all work has to go through its testing before it can be used in whatever area they are doing work. If this concrete work does not pass the test, then it will have to be returned or dumped somewhere else where it is needed, or in some cases to just use as waste. The way this thing looks like to me inside up here is as if we're going to have two sections of water. I don't know if the river water will be running in one section and the water from the gutter will be running in the other. But based on how it looks inside of here, you see there's a separation block there going right down, and this is linking up to the center of the tunnel. If you recall, we have two tunnels here, one on both sides, and here we have the other side. I am not sure if the river water, the gutter water that will be coming down will be flowing through this one and the water off the runway from all the other areas of the runway will be flowing through here. But as I turn with you, and you can see, we have a center steel here. We have steel at the end, and one in the center, and one at the side. Sometimes you look at things and you could formulate your own idea by looking at things. But I don't know if I am correct, but from what I'm looking at here, I will say to myself that we're going to have a row of blocks in the center, and on either side we're going to have blocks, and one set of the water will be flowing through here and the other set will be flowing through. What I mean is that the water that is constantly flowing through the gutter area, which is a small river, could be flowing through one side, and the water that will come off the runway when it rains will be flowing through the other. But that is how I look at it. It doesn't have to be so, but based on what I'm observing, I come to that conclusion. The concrete has actually passed the test, because now it is being poured into the area just above the catchment. Between the catchment and that dirt area, it is being poured now. I am here with you on the area of the 191 channel, and as you can see, the stakes, severe stakes, are being placed in some areas here. What is going to happen here? This area is going to be filled up with dirt, right? As you can see over there in the distance, where they've already filled up all these areas where you see those stakes already put in place, they are going to start to fill it up with dirt. When that will be, I don't know, but this is just an indication to let you know what sort of work we'll be doing here. Not too long from now, when I come back here, I'm going to see some sort of development here where the work, the filling work, is being done. But what they would have done first is to do the area where the runway is going to pass, so that area can get set. All these areas here that are going to be outside of the runway, they're leaving this for last. So work has been concentrated on that area over there, and so very soon we're going to see some more filling up works there on this section of the apron, the runway area here at the Argyle airport site.
Argyle International Airport, we landing. Argyle International Airport, we progressing. St. Vincent and the Grenadines, it's a blessing. Where there is despair, there is hope. Light a candle, don't pass the dark.
Hello. Hi, Mom. It's your daughter Andrea. We've just landed at the Argyle International Airport.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Argyle International Airport.
JetBlue is landing, Delta is landing, British Airways landing, American Airlines landing, Caribbean Airlines.